Now, your forecast first on WKRG News 5 at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Our good evening. It is 9 o'clock on this Tuesday. Right now, mostly quiet conditions, mostly clear skies over Mobile. That's the view from our Roof Doctor's camera. Nice looking shot of downtown tonight. We'll see a temperature of 63 tomorrow morning. Quick view from our BLP Mobile Paints camera, Daphne Infirmary East. An easy start tomorrow on the eastern shore, around 66 degrees at 6 a.m. And downtown Pensacola, we did see a few clouds this evening from our Unity Fiber camera, but mostly clear now, 71 tomorrow morning. We're going to have the latest information in on Hurricane Milton, its newest track, as WKRG News 5 at 9 starts right now.
Local coverage you can count on. You're watching WKRG News 5 at 9.
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Cherish Lombard.
And I'm Roseanne Haven. Our big story tonight, we are tracking Hurricane Milton. Milton is expected to make landfall on Florida's west coast as a major hurricane. The National Weather Service calling the storm a very serious threat to residents.
We have a WKRG crew live in St. Petersburg. Let's go to News 5's Asher Red. Landfall is expected in an area that has not seen a direct hit by a major hurricane since 1921, Asher.
Yeah, Cherish, and as you can see behind me, St. Petersburg is still dealing with what Helene left behind about 2 weeks ago. All of that is just waiting to get picked up by the wind. It's waiting to get picked up by a storm surge. And I am serious when I say that that is just a projectile waiting to happen. Now, it is unfortunate that these people in this community are having to evacuate for a second time in less than 2 weeks, and that's all thanks to Hurricane Milton. Milton, at its strongest, was a Category 5 storm. It died down for a bit to a Category 4, but now it's back to its Category 5 strength. It is expected to weaken prior to landfall thanks to a mix of dry air and wind shear. However, Milton will still be an incredibly strong storm with an estimated 120 mile per hour wind gust when it makes landfall and upwards of 15 feet in storm surge. 9 Florida counties are under a mandatory evacuation, and those who live near the beach say that their debris-lined streets pose even more of a danger.
I mean, it's my home. It's our home. And I mean, the house withstood the first strike. It withstood Helene. I do not think that with all of this stuff on the streets that they're going to survive this one.
Now, Milton is expected to remain a hurricane across all of central Florida. Now, we could see tropical storm winds here as early as tomorrow morning. Now, as for evacuations, it is worth knowing that the emergency shoulders of I-75 headed out of Tampa are open to anyone who's trying to evacuate. We were driving down last night. We got here about 2:30 in the morning local time, and even then, the interstate was packed at 2 a.m. So people are taking this seriously, and I would be confident in saying that we are probably the only people left in this neighborhood. Live in St. Petersburg, I'm Asher Red, WKRG News 5.
Thanks, Asher. This is a Cat 5 storm now, but is expected to be a Category 3 when it comes ashore.
Let's go ahead and check in now with our Chief Meteorologist, Ed Bloodsworth, for the latest track.
And still a very powerful storm, still officially a Category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. I think we're going to see some changes, though, when we get to the update at 10 o'clock local time. That should be coming out now in less than an hour, but you can still see very clearly defined eye here with Hurricane Milton as it is starting to work its way to the north and east. I have noticed that the eye is starting to contract and fill in a little bit, so it may be a sign that the storm is already starting to undergo some wind shear. So here's the track. Now, this was the 4 p.m. track. The newest track will come out again at the 10 p.m. advisory, and this track did notice a shift to the south, so they brought a landfall somewhere south of Tampa Bay. Still some wiggle room, and again, this part of Florida, any jog in the track by 10 or 15 miles north or south will have major implications of what happens in terms of the storm surge threat, and namely the amount of water getting into Tampa Bay. But I do want to show you this in the last couple of minutes. This is our newest forecast models. That's what all those yellow lines represent. Compare that red line to the Hurricane Center's forecast track, and notice everything again is shifting south. And that's been a trend here throughout the day today. Models thinking that this is going to be maybe more of an issue for Venice, Port Charlotte, areas down towards Cape Coral. less of a big surge issue potentially for Pinellas and Tampa Bay. Again, not set in stone by any means, but our models are also showing that as well. We're going to see tornado issues here for tomorrow as that center draws closer, and now bringing a landfall closer to Sarasota County, Florida. A lot of heavy rain going to come out of this, though, along the I-4 corridor, especially north of I-4. Some areas could pick up over a foot of rain out of this system as the circulation continues to work off the Space Coast and eventually out into the waters of the Atlantic by Thursday morning. We're going to talk a little bit more about some of the rain impacts and our local impacts in just a few minutes.
Hurricane evacuees can stay at an RV park in Stockton free of charge. Almost half a dozen evacuees are already doing that at Camp Delta RV Park on Bryant Landing Road, some from as far away as Fort Myers.
If they don't have a place, then we'll fill up the cabins, and then if we run out, we'll go get a bunch of tents and we'll find somewhere for them. You know, we're not going to leave them to where they don't have anywhere to stay.
The RV park is about 10 miles off of Interstate 65.
The Pensacola Bay Center transformed into a Hurricane Milton evacuee shelter tonight. The American Red Cross is operating the pet-friendly shelter.
And 15 shelter cats in the path of Hurricane Milton have a temporary home in Fort Walton Beach, thanks to animal lovers who went the extra 500 miles. The cats came from St. Francis Animal Rescue in Venice, Florida. Members of the organization Save Our Cats and Kittens, or SUCS, heard the call for help and sprang into action. They received a grant from the national rescue group Best Friends, based in Utah, to rent a van for the mission. Then volunteers saw the need on social media and made that 500-mile trip.
Mobile firefighters are among several Alabama rescue teams heading to Florida to stage ahead of Hurricane Milton. Joining Mobile Fire Rescue are personnel from Saraland, Fort Payne, Gunnersville, Madison, and Marshall. They're prepared to perform water rescue missions and wide area searches.
A team from the Escambia County Sheriff's Office will be going to help with Hurricane Milton relief. Sheriff Chip Simmons says the hurricane response team will help clear trees and debris blocking roads.
I think it says a lot about their character and their willingness to go not just once but twice within a 3-week period. So I really appreciate them. I think that what we send, the equipment, the personnel are going to represent Escambia County very well.
We understand the team is equipped with things including chainsaws, generators, ATVs, and high water rescue vehicles. Deputies say they are prepared to spend up to 2 weeks in impacted areas.
Florida Power and Light began sending crews to nearly 50 communities now under a state of emergency. 14,000 workers from across the country are on standby. The goal is to not have restoration workers traveling through intense conditions as Milton makes landfall, but to already have them in place, ready to work.
And you can help Hurricane Milton victims by taking out your phone and scanning that QR code on your screen. That will take you to the American Red Cross website. And WKRG is hosting a virtual telethon Thursday to benefit those victims. We will have stories about recovery efforts across the Southeast in every newscast, again, through the American Red Cross.